boys and girls, I want to reintroduce you to this book in case you may have forgotten. We went over this right before we left, come home, and I just want to kind of look at the outside of this book, look at the covering and look at the back, and then maybe take a second and just look at some of the titles within your table of contents. So this is called The Thief of Always. It's written by Clive Barker. And if you'll remember, I said most of the time this guy doesn't write children's books. I will show you a picture of him. There's a picture of the author. And it says that he mostly writes, he has more than 20 books for adults. He's also a widely acclaimed artist, and we looked at some of his... there's a completely different picture of him. We looked at some of his sketches inside the book. So here's the back of the book. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit because I want you to be able to see the back of this. It says, Mr. Hood's Holiday House has stood for 1,000 years, welcoming countless children into its embrace. It's a place of miracles where every child, whim, may be satisfied. There is a price to be paid, of course, but young Harvey Swick, bored with his life and beguiled by Mr. Wood's wonders, does not stop to consider the consequences. It's only when the house shows its darker face, when Harvey discovers the pitiful creatures that dwell in its shadows, that he comes to doubt Mr. Hood's philanthropy. But the house and its mysterious architect are not about to release their captive without a battle. Mr. Hood has ambitions for his new guest, for Harvey's soul burns brighter than any he has encountered in 10 centuries. So this is a fantasy book, and when I look just even at the cover of it, I see this like mysterious house, but it kind of looks like it has some eyes and it's looking at me. And then on the back, I noticed that it says this house has stood for 1,000 years. Well, just thinking back to some houses that I know of that have stood for a long time, like George Washington's house, things like that. That's still not 1,000 years. So that kind of makes it sound, along with this picture on the front, like maybe this house is somehow alive. So just something I wanted you to think about when we were looking at this. I'm going to stop this lesson here, and then I am going to start reading some chapters for you.